Hello to everyone who's watching me today at home. If you're watching me for the first time ever, then welcome to the channel. If you're returning, then welcome back. So obviously this is not a fun video because today we're talking about a man who is considered to be a guitar legend, a guitar hero. A man who is a huge influence, a great influence for a great inspiration for most guitar players around the world, a man who played his guitar like no other, who has also passed away only 2 days ago. Yeah, October 6th was the date. So here's a little story. Yesterday I woke up at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. So usually when I wake up, I have a little breakfast, sit down and chill, whatever, typical. So I usually check on my phone to see if I got anything new. So I open my Facebook and you have these stories on top. So I'm swiping through those stories and I see this photo of Eddie Van Halen. And there's text below it and I remember it read, my teacher, my mentor, Eddie Van Halen has passed away. Rest in peace. And I was like look at it, take another look closer this time, and it was Van Halen. Van Halen was in that photo. So I was like, no freaking way, there's no way, it can't be. And I said, please tell me that's fake, please tell me that's one of those stupid pranks, because lately I've been seeing a lot of fake news of people dying who are not actually dead, who are still alive and healthy. So, usually when I see something surprising or shocking, I usually go to Google and I search it to see if it's true or not. So I go to Google and I search Eddie Van Halen and go. And I see the news. Eddie Van Halen, legendary guitarist, dead at 65, cancer. So it is true. He is dead. And it was like one of those things that could never happen. The things that naturally they wouldn't happen. They can never happen. But then they do happen. So it's like, I'm trying to describe it here. It's like having a diamond, a perfect diamond, and being told that this diamond will never break or even get scratched, and then all of a sudden it breaks and turns into dust, breaks into pieces and just vanishes. And of course there's one big reason why people were shocked, and I think it was the fact that he was only 65. If that's typical, I get it. People are expected to die at 75 or 85, not 65. That's too young for them, too young for people, and I get it. It's typical. Another reason is the fact that he died because of cancer. Especially now in this COVID period that we're living in. COVID has been the reason for most deaths around the globe. And people are now scared of it the most, so they kind of forgot about other fatal diseases, including cancer. And of course, don't forget that people had already known that he was battling throat cancer. He had cancer, but he was expected to recover. And besides, we've seen a lot of people recover from cancer. So he was expected to recover, but he didn't. And here we are now. He's dead. He's gone. If you've noticed, yes, I am reading off of scripts, so don't mind it. So I do want to get back to that diamond thing I mentioned earlier, because there are certain people around the world who are just so legendary so iconic that the last thing you'd expect is for them to die. The last thing you want to see is the news of their death, and you can't even expect it. You cannot even imagine it. People like the Undertaker. The first guy who comes in mind when I think of those people, first guy I think of is the Undertaker, Ozzy Osbourne, and so many other people. Um, but a lot of those people have already died in the past. Kulthum died. Jimi Hendrix, he died. Freddie Mercury, he died as well. And the list goes on and on. And now EVH. Uh, and someday, the Undertaker's gonna die too. Someday, Ozzy Osbourne will die. Someday, James Hetfield will die. Um, you know, there's one reason for that is they're not immortal. They're no matter how legendary, they're still human. They're still flesh and blood and bones and whatever. They're still human. They're just human. And humans die. That's what they do. That's nature. That's life. But there's one thing that never dies. There's one thing that does not die. That's their legacy. That's the legacy those people leave behind. Their accomplishments and their contributions to the society and to the whole world. EVH changed the way guitar is played today. Thanks to him, guitar has no limits. You know, he introduced tapping, double-handed tapping, dive bombs, whatever, and he made it look so easy. And he taught so many people how to play guitar. And when you do that, when you bring something new to the table, you basically change the world. So, obviously, a lot of people look up to him. A lot of people decided to pick up a guitar and start playing because of him. Personally, I was never a huge fan of Eddie. I wasn't even a huge fan of Van Halen, the entire group, because I'm a Metallica guy. Obviously, if you've seen my past videos, I am huge into Metallica. Um, but I definitely, no matter how much I watch, no matter how many videos I watch of him playing, it's always gonna, it's always gonna be mind blowing for me. Um, and I definitely think that he did huge things for the guitar community. Um, Once again, he changed the way guitar is played. Guitar before him, you know, soloing, typical normal picking, finger style. There was slapping, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure, but he made it famous. He made it popular. He brought it to the masses. So yeah, it is hard to believe, to accept that he's now gone. And for me, it's because every time I look at him, every time I watch a video of him playing, uh, every time I think of him, actually, the image of a young and fresh Eddie Van Halen playing Eruption live, tapping the crap out of his signature guitar. I think it's called the Frankenstrat. Yeah, the Frankenstrat. So every time I think of him, that image of Eddie comes into mind. So to think that, to receive the news of this man dying, I can't, like, how's this possible? This very young guy is dead. In my mind, I still think of him that way. I still see him, I still see that young Eddie Van Halen. I don't know if you get it or not. Um, so yeah, things happen. Bad things happen. It's all ups and downs. That's how it is. That's how life goes. And To me, things like that, you know, tragedies like death, breakups, and parting, to me, they test our strength and patience. And I know for a fact that Eddie will never be forgotten. And I feel like, you know, I was talking about those legends, those immortal legends. Lemmy was one of those legends. I don't know how I forgot to mention Lemmy. Lemmy was one of those. He was not, you know, nobody imagined his death. Nobody, you know, even thought of it, you know. Nobody cared, you know, how much he was gonna live. Although, you know, he was a chain smoker and he slept with over 1,000 women. Uh, but then he died. I think it was prostate cancer. He died. That's how it is. He was human too. So I feel like I had to do this video today because it couldn't wait till Sunday. Um, Plus, it wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough to just to mention Eddie in a 1 minute clip on Metal News, because he wasn't just another player. You know, he was. I don't know. I'm really sorry. It's hard to me to talk about it because, you know, he's one of those people that I've never met, never ever met. But still, when I got the news, I really got upset. I don't know. And it's gonna be the same thing when the Undertaker dies. You know, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna cry about it like a little baby. When Hetfield dies, I'm gonna fall into a deep depression. You know, when Lemmy died in 2015, I wasn't even into Motorhead. I had no idea who Lemmy was because I was still exploring Metallica and Megadeth and Slayer, System of a Down, Linkin Park. So yeah, I didn't go through that, but I'm gonna go through the death of the Undertaker. I'm gonna go through the death of Hetfield, Mustaine, um, Robert Plant. Who else? Corey Taylor. I don't know. I might die before them actually. So anyway, no need to mention that. No, there was no need to talk about that. Um, Finally, I would like to send my prayers to Eddie's family, his brother Alex, his son Wolf, his wife, and of course the entire group known as Van Halen. Sure. Um, I think there will never be another Eddie Van Halen. The guitar community couldn't thank him enough. Play Van Halen. Play Van Halen very loud. Play Eruption very loud as you can. Um, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll be able to play Eruption too. Maybe someday I'll learn it too. Yeah. God rest his soul.